Hello and welcome to another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. I am the player who plays as the King Under the Mountain, and today is the first video in a start of a series I'm going to call Rise of the Free-to-Play Player. It's not just skills for free-to-play, but some recent adjustments to how the game works, which I think are great adjustments, but in my opinion this one may actually be a little bit game-breaking, but it'll add to some new dynamics, I think. And it's just another way of looking at things that the slightly lower spenders can do, but also spenders can do. Everyone can be a good team player. So I'm kind of calling it the rise of the free to play player, but ultimately every player can do any of these things. Today I'm going to be talking about some fort changes and siege specifically. And if you were to tell me 2 weeks ago that with two forts and 6,000 alchemists later on today, I will potentially be able to do 130,000 siege in less than an hour, over an hour from my base, I would have laughed at you and said it's physically impossible. However, the recent changes to forts have allowed this to be possible. So, with that, I'm just going to get straight into it. So, at the moment, my season's coming to an end, but we're currently sieging some forts, and I discovered something today that I'm sure other people have actually discovered. You could use it in a variety of ways, but today I'm talking specifically about siege. So this formation here, full of alchemists, doing 1250 siege roughly. Um, I am taking out as many forts as I can. Normally, obviously, once this formation stamina's run out, I would be sending this formation back to base, and from there I would be taking another formation out and sort of filling it up and taking it back to my fort, which could be an hour away or whatever it might be. All the other chances are, if I was playing smart, I might move one alchemist in each sort of army in the formation and already have that at the fort so I can just reinforce. Or if I'm really lucky and I had a load of barrack space, I could have, say, 12k alks and just have two formations running around all the time. There's nothing to stop you doing that, by the way, but I'm just saying this is one of the things that it is. So I've now got less than a march, shall we say. So I'm going to return to my fort. And this is what I mean about the rise of the free to play and what you can now achieve because of the fort changes. So they've basically made forts providing the level 3 and above, almost like tactical forts, to be honest. You can change the armies in your formation, you can change the units, you can change the commanders. So what I'm about to teach you is that formation there would have done 12,500 siege, for example, full. So we're just going to speed up marching back, find him in the fort. Now, as you'll see here, there's already some armies in this fort. And what I can now do is I can press on my Agzog formation and I can go into it from the army select screen on the left. I can find Agzog. And what I can do is I can switch the commanders that are already in this fort to this siege formation. So because I've already been doing this a little bit today, I can reposition into this army everyone that's here. And I'll put Elrond in there because then they've already got 110 stamina. So that is now a fresh siege formation ready to go, which I think is an incredible change to the game. But now this formation can also do 1253 and damage. So I can now instantly, say if I was attacking a keep and I'm a minute away, because I've got a fort attached to the keep, I could easily do 25,000 siege in just over 10 minutes by using the same alchemist, which I think is an incredible change, to be honest. But the other great thing about this is, because of the way this can work, you can fill a fort strategically into a certain area. Like these are now in the fort, so if there was a fort around here, I've pretty much already taken all the forts around here out, I think. I can now send that formation anywhere around here and instantly hit the fort. Let's go for this here, just so to prove that we can do it. So there you go, there's the formation, instantly switched, and I can send it straight back out to siege again. Now, if that's by a keep, you can instantly hit again, which I think is an incredible thing. But the other great change, because of the way this works, is if I have a formation at my base, I would hope. See if I've got an army spare. So I could fill this fort up with eagles. So it doesn't matter how my formations get there, so I can actually switch them in and out. So I can now send this formation with just 4 eagles to the same fort. And I've instantly got, when it lands, a fresh formation that I can instantly turn into another siege formation. So from one fort alone, say if you have one attacking army in there, which you're likely to have, but you might have 6 siege armies. So say if you have one attacking army in there just to protect your siege. So in this case, I've got my Gandalf formation, which is in here protecting my siege. You could have 5 lots of sort of 12,500, and that's not an unrealistic number for siege. You could be talking 1,200, 1,000 siege in each formation very easily with alchemists. So you've got 5 formations doing a minimum of 50,000. So if you put 2 forts right by each other, the second one can have 6 lots of siege in it, 6 formations. Bear in mind, you do have to have the commanders on lot, but they can be R0. So from that point on, you can do another 50,000 siege by doing the same sort of thing. And you can switch commanders out just by using eagles to get there. And then once they've got there, you can switch the commanders from the eagles onto the siege. And you can deliver potentially in less than an hour from 2 forts or 1 fort, 130,000, 150,000 siege without really trying. Now, to me, that is game breaking. Bear in mind, most structures are 500,000. So from this point, you could now have specific teams, and this doesn't have to be free to play, like I said, but it's a great skill for free to play active players where they could take a pass with 4 or 5 of them if it's uncontested. Now, that strategically for any team is an incredible thing. So that's all I wanted to say today. I think the changes to the forts are fantastic. I do think it's slightly game breaking, and it's going to involve a lot more things changing hands. The other good thing is, even if you get cut off from an area, if you've already filled your fort with that formation, you can then switch it around. So you could be cut off from the keep completely by good play, but you could keep eagle marching different formations into siege and switch your siege troops in, providing they were already there. So you wouldn't be cut off. So strategically, you could still take the keep. Just a few ideas, but I thought it was worth noting. I will do a couple more on a couple other things like pathing and picking your fights and that kind of stuff. But I thought this one was sort of prudent to do the first video on. So with that is everything I wanted to say today. So as always follow your nose.